I feel like our first game against Cloud9 was a game that we could have won, and we let it slip through our hands. But at the same time, we learned a lot from the mistakes we made. We didn't have just one single player popping out. Every round had someone different, and just show how strong we are as a team, as individual players.
Hey guys, this is Pedro and I'm back with a brand new interview again covering week one of the VCT Americas kickoff event. I'm here accompanied by bzkA of MIBR, who's just coming off of a 2-0 win over FURIA to extend their run in said competition. So, bzkA, thank you so much. Like I said before, I just want to start off by just covering this recent result, come defeating a FURIA team that showed their flashes at times during the series, but what was it like just trying to go over them and just defeating them and just continuing your run in this competition?
Yeah, I think the draft for this match was pretty easy for us to know which maps we were gonna play, and even if they knew about our split, we have so many different ways to play it, and we weren't afraid of repicking against them. And also, we knew they would pick Breeze against us, so we were able to study some of the game. And they did a really good adaptation during the match. They were able to change a lot of stuff from the last game, and that's a really good point for them. But at the same time, I felt that they made more mistakes than us, and we were able to come back in the match, trying to adapt for what they were doing. At the same time, they were making mistakes, and we were just punishing it. And we won so many important rounds on small details or clutches, and it just feel amazing to be back on track.
Yeah, your sentiment echoes that of what Mazine put in said on Twitter about how his thoughts of the entire series and how he also believed that or also felt that it was easier than than what he thought. You also mentioned it as well about how the affair was easy in your thought of mind. In what aspect was it such that this entire series played out to your expectations? W- Diving into that aspect, what made it easy in your mind?
Yeah, the draft was easy to predict the maps we were gonna play, about which map they would ban, which map they're gonna pick. I felt the game was really hard on Breeze. We had to count on some of their mistakes. At the same time that we were trying to fix some of our owns. So I'm really grateful that our players were able to step up individually. I remember so many clutches, so many good rounds individually we have during this map specifically on Breeze, but they start playing really good, and I think that it was a lot of our job, good point for us that we could be able to take this game back because they were playing really good in the start.
Yeah, and on top of that, despite the series, playing into your favor, there were times in which Furia looked as though they were going to win, like either map of the series. Of course, they went out up front in that second map in Breeze, 8-4 up top after being on defensive side. But then when you guys were on the defensive side on the second half of that map, you guys took it home and just basically won every almost every round in that second half. And so taking a look into Breeze second half, what were the kind of things that you said to the team during timeouts, or what kind of things that you saw from the team that sort of made that turnaround happen?
We had some triggers about how they would play some situations in some rounds. So a lot of times, like with 10 seconds or just one single information they gave us, we already knew how the whole round was going to be played, and I think that really helped us during this to come back. And also, our mentality was very important because we were able to focus on round by round. And if you start seeing the bigger picture during a map like this, you see you are losing a four, you see, oh, there are so much rounds ahead of me, and you can just lose yourself and start taking bad decisions based on that. And the fact that we were able to just focus on ourselves and just go round by round and just try to play the best we could every single moment was what made us be able to bounce back.
I remember after RGO Meister pulled off that amazing clutch at the end of the second map, they were showing a replay of you just popping off, just doing that cheer in reaction to that play. But yeah, it sort of then reflects the emotions that you and the rest of the team have in pulling off this win after initially losing in that first series in the competition for you guys. And so, how much did this win help for this team as you guys try to build off of this win for this next encounter where you guys end up facing the loser of the C9 NRG matchup?
Yeah, or our most important word that we use is like how much we are evolving each day, and we feel like every day we are getting better than we were yesterday. Even on practice, when we're screaming, we're making some VOD, some analysis, and every match we play on a tournament, we just feel like it's like 2 weeks of practice that we just learn and we improve in just one single day. And I think that that's need to be our mindset right now to keep evolving. I feel like our first game against Cloud9 was a game that we could have won, and we let it slip through our hands. But at the same time, we learned a lot from the mistakes we made, and we are still improving. We were able to put some of the the new stuff so we learn about us, about ourselves during the match today, and we just need to keep doing because if we keep evolving like we are, if we keep the group together as we are right now, and just keep practicing and working very hard, we can achieve great things.
Yeah, and there's no doubt that this is the foundation for what is to come for this team. And I want to know your takeaways from this entire run so far. Yes, we've only seen you guys compete in two series so far this season, and yes, there's not a lot of things, not a lot of things to go off of, because given the fact that we have a lot of things ahead of the team later on down this year. But what do you feel has been the biggest positive and negative that you've seen from this side so far in this uh, um, run in kickoff?
Yeah, so the most important positive thing is that how resilient we were during the series today because we were behind the scoreboard 2 times in 2 different maps, and in both scenarios we were able to get back and just do our game and keep focusing. So to show how strong we are as a group, we didn't have just one single player popping out. Every round had someone different and just show how strong we are as a team, as individual players, and as the whole organization is. Because we're having great support for the team. We have 5 great players. We have 2 amazing coaches. We have a data analysis that helps us a lot. We have a psychologist or manager. We have a lot of people behind the team that's helping to build us, to build the ground up. And I think that's the most positive thing to see the whole building going up together and getting structure. About the negative point, I think that's where we're working on right now, so we can fix some of those mistakes, some of those maybe mindsets in some situations about how to play some situations during the match, and we're just trying to improve it to be able to learn from it.
One of the things that was highlighted in the English broadcast of today so far as of the time of the recording was about how the team has been sort of opting for comfortability. And when I said comfortability, it's just so that players are basically selecting their preferred or their agents for their roles for basically the entire run of this competition so far, because we've seen the team opt for a single agent, save for a few maps here and there in this competition so far. And it's a contrast to how people, analysts, teams have been seeing this meta so far, in which there's the main thing is to be flexible and just to be at a position where you can select any agent in whatever match, whatever situation you're in. And so, how does this team contrast in terms of approach for the meta and this competition at this point in time compared to the rest of the other teams in this league from your point of view?
We are building the foundation for our team right now, and we're starting to get a foundation up. And we have more than one comp for some of maps, so it's way more about who you're gonna play against and which play style do they have. I feel like we're very advanced way about being able to even change comps from one day to another if we want. Like that's okay for us. We have like some double duelist comps going on, sometimes a double controller, double initiator. So I feel like we are being able to be very flexible in this way. I know that we haven't shown a lot for you guys on different maps, and even split we play with the same composition. Maybe if we play the split on third time, maybe you can bring a new one. So just keep an eye on us because we have a lot of new stuff to still show around.
Of course, we'll be surely keeping an eye on that and what MIBR will do for the future. One more question: is this sort of your expectations for this next match, as I alluded to before earlier on? So, what are your thoughts on your potential opponent for next weekend and just after that?
Yeah, I don't know who's gonna win, if it's gonna be Cloud9 or NRG. Either way, I feel we are prepared for the match. At the same time, I really like to play against Chat. It's having a really good role between me and him. It's always fun to play his teams. I also want revenge against Cloud9. So either teams I'm gonna be happy to be playing against. And in the same time, I feel that from now on, I can't expect anything for the tournament. All our focus should be on next match, and that's how it's gonna be the whole season. Just focusing one step by step.
Of course, and hopefully we'll see better things from yourself and also the rest of MIBR. Bazooka, thank you so much for taking the time. I really
Thank you.
appreciate it. Like I said before, and also best of luck to you in the future.
Thank you very much. Have a good night.
All right, all right, man. You too, man. Take care.